And we just officially broke a record. I'm going to pull my hands back and show you what record that is. Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be doing another $50 of coin roll hunting pennies. Our last hunt actually yielded a Civil War token all the way back from 1863, and this is from the same batch of pennies as those, so I'm really hoping that we could have some insane finds. The past couple of hunts has been really awesome, so we're also doing a folder filler series where we try to fill up a folder of wheat pennies with the specific date and mint mark combinations. So we'll go to the hunt, I'll show roll by roll when I find something, and then we'll also do a hunt for enders before we start the search. So we have some good news in terms of enders right there. Looks like a wheat cent back, as does this coin over here. So we're going to at least have 2 finds, and I'm hoping that'll be a little bit more than that. And in fact, there's going to be 2 more this time, and we're 3 rolls in right now. The first is a 1946 face up, and then the next looks interesting at first glance, but to me this more looks like something that's just seen a lot of damage as opposed to something super old. Let's flip it over. And I was pretty much right. It's a 1952, so obviously it's a little bit older than most of the other pennies we're looking at, but it's not going to be one of the really early pre-1940 or even better like a teens or older cent. And when it's not a reveal and it's just a regular date, it's just a quick update. So that is a 1941 wheat penny in pretty beat up shape, but that's 10 rolls into our first box, so we've gotten 3 Wheaties in 10 rolls. Not bad. Now 6 rolls have gone by, and we're going to get another one to check out. It's got a little rim neck there. 1958D, so the last year that wheat pennies were made, and then the Denver mint mark, probably going to be our first of today. That is what the D represents. So 2 more reveals about 3 rolls later. Here's a 1982 Canadian, and then that's not quite as interesting. Here is a 1957 D, so we're kind of going backwards with the Denver mint mark and years. Very next roll going to give us another one. We'll see if it ends up being a 56 D. And it isn't, but it is a 1952D. So that could be a folder filler. It's probably not, but I don't specifically remember having found one of these before. So we'll see if it is in a moment. And we got another find. This one was on its face as well, a 1942. So just continuing the trend, we've been getting a good concentration. That's all I can say so far this box. We've got 3 more till the halfway point of the first one. So after a ton, and I mean a ton of rolls where we had like nothing, we have 2 Canadian reveals that are slightly older, 64 and 62. Then we also have this wheat cent right here, 1944, so that's pretty regular. And then we also have this 1984 Canadian penny. And I'm very excited about this roll because we got a guaranteed folder filler, 1928. We only had about 3 dates. I think it's 1921, 28, and maybe the 1922, but that would be super difficult to find because it's one of the key dates that did not, without any mint mark that we had to find. So, and it looks pretty decent, so I'm very happy about that. And then we also 2 coins next to it, a 1955D. So both fun finds, but extra excited about the 1928. It's both pre-40 and one that I really needed. In addition to the 1982, we also have one more wheat penny to look at, and it could be a little bit older. I'm not sure. And it is 1930. Looks like a pretty solid coin to me, so very happy about that. A second pre-1940, and at this point I'm just counting them up. It looks like there are 8 rolls plus an ender, and I'm going to be doing the ender at the very last roll of this box. Just a quick reveal. This kind of looks like it's not going to be quite as old, though I'd not be mad about being proven wrong, but it's a 1947. Cool date. Not a super common date, but we definitely have seen our fair share of that specific combo. And the wheat pennies seem to be coming in droves at the end of this first box. We got 2 more. I'm going to flip them at the same time. 1945 and a second 1952D. That actually looks like a pretty nice coin with the very last remnants of luster showing on the coin. So I may end up swapping that out for the one that's already in the folder, but we also have this Canadian. We'll take a look. 1965. And slowly this coin is defining itself as the coin of the hunt, which is the 1952D. So we got another one of them, this time face up. But I think that makes 3, and it's weird because often the coin of the hunt will be something like a 1944, something that we find a lot. That is something that's pretty unknown in terms of getting multiples of them. And another quick update, a 1958D, so that makes, I believe, 2 for this box. We've gotten so many in these last few rolls, we're about to do this one, so I'm going to get ready and do that live after I put these away. So we're just going to film this one since we have it, and I try to keep the boxes together, so that's why I'm not doing it at the very end of the hunt. But we'll see what's over here. I guess we'll just start with this one and then sift through the last, but it's going to be a 1948, so that is, you know, a decent find. Oh, there we've got yet another one, 1951D, and I think that we've also found this one previously. I think the only ones that, 1950-60, so that is 3 in one roll. And what I was saying about the solid finds holding through the end of the box certainly seems to be coming through. So we have 3 wheat pennies right there, and that brings our total to 19 wheat pennies in the first box and 17 Canadian pennies to add on to that. So that's way more finds than we normally get. It's a great start. We'll see what we can do in the next half. So we've got the makings of a very strong second box. I'll show you right now. 1945. So I was thinking it could have been a slightly older one based on the wear, but that's not too surprising, and 1 roll, 1 wheat penny is a pretty good ratio. 6 more rolls into the box, and we're going to take a look at another one, 1958D. So that's, I guess that and probably the 52D have been the ones that we found a lot, and then 2 Canadians, a 95 and an 89. And check that out, it was right on the end of the side that I didn't search, but 1930 looks like a cool older wheat cent. We've found a fair amount of these 1930s, but the pre-1940, as I've always say, is a lot better. At least it's much more difficult to find, so very thankful to get that out of that roll. A few rolls later, we just have another quick find, 1942. The interesting thing is, though, this presents itself like it would be a 1912. Like, it's really, really worn looking. I checked the back to see if I would have been excited about revealing it, and I definitely would have been, so big surprise, but I guess it just got some age on it a little faster than most 1942s do. Next roll gets us a quick next segment of our video. 1947 is going to be the date. That one looks pretty chopped up, though, around the In God We Trust and Liberty. And our next roll is going to provide us with yet another find, in 1953 Denver Mint coin. Nothing too special about it, but it's fun to get a bunch of these Colorado coins as opposed to the normal Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area ones. A quick update here, we had an older Canadian one, so I normally only do it if it's the very oldest type, which, well, there's older ones than this, but the George VI design, and then also a slightly older 1960. And we had a fun find, a 1955 with a little bit of luster just around the edges of the coin. Nothing special about it, though. There's always that 1955 double die that you want to be on the lookout for, but that wasn't something we needed to consider here. And this one does not look particularly interesting, but we'll see. 1945 kind of confirms what I was saying, but again, a wheat penny is a wheat penny. I'm always happy to take it out. We've got 17 rolls left, so 83% of the way done. Very next roll, going to come in with a penny from the year earlier, 1944, as well as the one that remains unbeknownst to us, a 1957D. So again, not great, but 2 wheat pennies is definitely better than the average roll. And we just officially broke a record. I'm going to pull my hands back and show you what record that is. There it is. So we have an incredible amount of these older Canadian pennies. 1945 going to be one of the old designs, and then we have another one to reveal. Let's see what it is. 1946. So both great finds. Also have this 1985, but we've never found 3 of those older Canadian ones across one of these videos, so really excited to be able to break that record today. Very, very brief update, we found a 1956D in the next roll. And an incredible another coin is going to be pulled out in 1958. It's not the coin itself, but it's just the consistent flow of finds that we've been getting. I think that this is probably one of the highest 2-box totals of wheat pennies we've also found, so really great to see these things coming in. And we got 2 more double roll, and it's extra fun for me because they're both on their back, so we'll see. 1934, that's good, and a 1956, so another pre-1940. I think our previous record is 7 total, so we're not too close to completing that, but it's still 2 more in one roll, and at this point we have 6 rolls left plus 2 enders. I think I found an extra ender that I must have missed the first go-around when I showed them off to you earlier, and this one looks like it could be slightly older, so we'll get to those at the end. Yet another double roll going to be in. So 1944, great, and we'll see what this is. 1952, so 2 more finds, and again, it's at this point, it's not about getting some really specific dates, though it was fun to find that. I think it was 1928 folder filler. It's just about having a ton and maybe even setting a new record. 2 more rolls and another find, 1942, plain. So before we get to the wrap-up, we're going to just unbox these, as since I already know that we're going to be finding something, I think it's fun this way if we get more, that it's like I'm actually opening them on camera with you. There's been a ton of these kind of weirdly, not corroded, but just messed up scents. So that's a 1942, was on the end of the roll, and I'm just going to look from overhead here as I quickly flip through these guys. Doesn't look like there was anything in that one, so push those to the side and get started on this next one. And let's see what's going to go on. Alright, so we have this one here. Maybe I'll save that for the end, see if there's anything else. And again, it's not really normal, and it is. 1941, sweet. I was going to say that it was not really normal, though, to expect find in a roll. I think even if you're getting like 15 a box, that means, what, 3 and 10 are going to have the Wheaties. So great that we were able to find it. It was awesome to get 3 before. We'll do a reveal here, and then we'll go to the wrap-up. 1958, a great end, and let's see the official final totals and everything. And I'll just start with the recap, but we have something really cool that I do want to show you, and we'll just start out. We had a total of 30 Canadians, but there are the 3 older ones, 1943, 1945, 1946, and I want to show you this one because I think I missed it during the video, but it looks proof to me. Tell me what you think, especially if you take a look at this side. Really does appear to have proof surfaces. Now let's check out the other coins. We had some 50s. I believe that there were 19 50s in total. Nothing super special. Then in terms of the 40s, there were a total of 16, so not any crazy dates either, but still fun to get. Interestingly, there were a lot of Denver Mint 50s and then none in the 40s. We had that 28, that's a great folder filler for us, and then 2 30s and a 34, but I'm actually just super pumped with the Canadian ones. It's been our best hunt from Canada, and I've never found a foreign proof coin. I'm assuming that that's what that is. So if you know, please do leave a comment below, and I'll look forward to seeing what we can do with our next hunt. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to get in touch with me, do so on my website, treasuretownyt.com, my Instagram, treasuretownyt, or my Facebook, Treasuretown. I've got links in the description, and I'll see you on some of my other videos.